Good morning, guys. I hope you're good. Welcome to day 2 of the Impossible Routine. Today, I'm going to talk you through my diet, my nutrition, macros, calories, show you exactly what I'm doing, exactly what I'm eating, and then I'm going to show you how to calculate your maintenance, calories, and then figure out how to change them to either drop weight or gain weight. This one's going to be filled with a lot of info that you can take away and start making a difference with immediately. So we're going to start this with a physique check. It's just to show you where we're at. I've just woken up, it's 6 a.m, no pump. I guess there's some okay lighting. The lighting's pretty good, I'll be honest. So let's see. Okay, so this is how we're looking right now. And honestly, I'm happy with it. But I could do, well, I would like a little bit more size. I do have weak areas. I want to work on my back a little bit more. I want to work on my legs a little bit more. And maybe round off my delts a little bit more. Some upper chest. I want to grow my arms. For me, there's a lot of things I can be working on. And you got to remember as well that I'm not just bodybuilding. Don't know why I keep doing this. Sorry. I'm doing a bunch of different types of training. But today, we're going to talk about nutrition. I know at the end of yesterday's video, I told you today would be about training, but maybe it was train as well, but it's mainly about nutrition. So I'm going to get ready. The first part of this routine is get up and get ready and out the house as fast as possible. Because I'm going to go straight to my work spot, start work at 7 o'clock, finish work at 11. Go and eat, go and train. Yeah, this is essentially going to be a what I eat in a day, but more informative. And actually teaching you guys how to figure it out and do it yourself as well. So I was going to say let's go, but I'm going in the shower on my own, and I'll see you guys whenever. Okay, before we go out, because I'm showing you everything I eat and drink, although if you watched yesterday's video, thank you for a start. If you watched yesterday's video, you would have seen this already, but if you didn't, I'll show you now. Firstly, I'm mixing this in sparkling water because I ordered some water from Grab and they brought me sparkling instead of still. Mosquito. I despise sparkling water, and I think anyone that drinks it is a psychopath. But we don't have a choice this morning. So, in said sparkling water, we're going to add creatine. Oh. Okay, creatine with sparkling water. Okay. I feel like I'm back in science class. And then we're going to add in one of these. Pick these up from the Guardian pharmacy here. There's 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C. Oh, it's all kicking off. Just need a Bunsen burner. And you know what? Normally I would shake my thing up, but I'm guessing I can't shake this. And then we've got this, which I picked up from the pharmacy here as well. It's just electrolytes, essentially. I'm waiting for it to froth over. I'm thinking because there's flavors in here, because there's flavors in here, maybe this will just taste like, I don't know, like a Fanta or something, as opposed to butthole. This seems fine. Yeah, we're good. So it is every morning, first thing, before I eat, normally a litre of water, but we're doing what we can today. 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C, some electrolytes, and creatine. There's no reason to have creatine in the morning. It's just if I have it this time with this, I just remember to take it every day. That's actually way better. Okay, I'm going to drink this, jump on the scooter. I will meet you guys at Lofi Lounge, where I'm going to be working. And I will be having something else to drink there. And there's some explaining to do. So I'll see you there. Gently. Oh, gently. Ooh. It's okay. Gently. I did say I would show you everything. Okay, so I thought I'd come out here quickly and explain that. So those that don't know, I was diagnosed with ADHD about 8 weeks ago now, and I'm just trialing a medication. It's methylphenidate, essentially Ritalin, but they call it Prohibit 10 here. So I'm just doing 10 milligrams. I normally do it before I start working. I'm supposed to take it at home, but I forgot, so I'm just taking it now. Okay, guys and girls, I don't want to make this a basic what I eat in a day video. There's too many of these, I've done them before, and honestly, they don't actually offer a lot of value to the viewer. So what I want to make this video about is, I will talk to you about what I eat in a day, if you want to know that anyway, but what I want to make this about is calories and macros. I want you guys to understand what a calorie is, how it works, what a macro is, how it works, how to figure out maintenance, how to figure out the calories you should be on at the moment, depending on your goal. And also, I just want you guys to have the knowledge, the just foundational knowledge on these words that we throw around in the industry day in, day out. I'm gonna break that down for you. And by the end of this video, you're gonna wanna save this video and come back to it. You might wanna pause and rewind, because by the end of this video, you're gonna have a foundational understanding of calories, macros, and how to use them. Let's go. So, what is a calorie? A calorie is basically a measurement of energy that can be used by the body. And what is macro? Okay, macronutrient. So this is where we get our calories from. We've got protein, carbohydrates, and fats. Don't know why I did it like that. There's 4 calories in both proteins and carbohydrates, in 1 gram of each. There's 9 calories in a gram of fat. How many calories do we need? So this is going to differ from person to person, depending on their age, their gender, their lifestyle, their activity level, and then obviously your goal, whether you're trying to maintain, gain weight, or lose weight. I'm going to try and teach you everything you need to know about these topics and explain it in a very simple but informative way. Okay, so as a starting point, we need to figure out our maintenance calories. This is the amount of calories that you need day in, day out, every day, just to maintain the body weight that you're at. How do we figure this out? If you have no idea what your maintenance calories might be, you can use online calorie calculators. They're not completely accurate. They can be a good estimate if you have no idea, but they don't take into account where your calories are coming from and your individual variables. So you can start with this, or you can, if you've got a rough idea of what your maintenance are, you can do that. So what I suggest is you weigh yourself regularly. And then for 3 weeks in a row, if your weight consistently goes down or up, then you know you're not at your maintenance. And what you're going to do is you're going to add, say, 200 calories a day in either direction. So if your weight is dropping, obviously you need to add 200 calories. If your weight is increasing week by week, obviously you need to drop 200 calories. And the aim here, remember, is we're trying to find our maintenance. So to get started trying this, you just need scales to weigh yourself, food scales to weigh your food, and a tracking app like MyFitnessPal is the one I use. Obviously, you need to bear in mind that day to day your weight can fluctuate. This could be because of the food you're eating, your sleep, stress, time of the day, sodium, your water intake. So day to day, it might not be exactly the same weight, even if you're eating at maintenance. Another thing I'd like to mention that I don't see people talking about often is if you ask someone what their maintenance is, they'll give you an answer. And it's very likely that they'll give you the same answer they gave a year ago or 2 years ago. But this is not usually the case. For example, if you weigh 100 kg and your maintenance calories are 3,000, for example, this is the amount of calories your body needs to maintain your weight at 100 kg. If you then drop down over time to 95 kg, 3,000 calories is still going to be the number of calories your body needs to have you at 100 kg. So as you drop weight and gain weight, your maintenance calories is going to change. So you need to adjust that. So after you've dropped or gained a considerable amount of weight, you need to then recalculate your maintenance calories. Also, if the decrease or increase in calories isn't sufficient enough, you might not see any changes because your body can actually adapt. So if you drop your calories by, say, 50 calories a day, your body can actually gradually decrease expenditure to counteract that 50 calories, which means you'll just stay at the same level and your weight won't change. Right, we're gonna get a little bit more detailed now. Grab a notepad or flick back and forwards. Let's talk about some of the commonly used terms around calories, explain what they are, and explain how we use them. So, first we've got TDEE. This is our total daily energy expenditure. This is the amount of calories used by your body total per day. This is made up of 4 things. You've got your BMR, your NEAT, your EAT, and your TEF. I'm going to go through all of these in a second. Firstly, BMR. This is your basal metabolic rate. This is the amount of calories burnt just by existing, okay? Before you start moving around, before you eat, before you exercise, just to exist, this is how many calories you burn a day, your BMR. And this can make up to like 60, 70% of your total expenditure. So this is the main chunk of where our calories are burnt. So where are all of these calories being used? Your BMR. So about 2/3 of your BMR is organs. These are basically the things that are keeping you alive, keeping you moving, your heart beating, your lungs breathing. All of this requires energy. And that's coming from our calories, and that's 2/3 of our BMR. Other factors that make up our BMR are muscle metabolism and fat metabolism. You hear quite a lot that people with a lot of muscle mass have a much higher metabolism. This is true to a certain extent, but nowhere near what most people believe. So look at it like this. Sorry, there's builders outside. I hope you can't hear that. 1 kilo of fat burns 5 calories a day, around 5 calories a day. 1 kilo of muscle burns around 13 calories a day. So this means, yes, you will burn through more calories if you have more muscle mass. But if you were to put on 2 kilos of muscle 3 kilos of muscle, 2 kilos. This could take maybe up to a year. 2 kilos of muscle, that's going to equate to an additional 26 calories a day. So when you look at the big picture, it's not going to make a huge difference. It does make a difference, but not a huge difference. Okay, next. What is NEAT? N-E-A-T. Non-exercise activity thermogenesis. These are the calories burned in your everyday movements. Like I'm using my hands quite a lot right now. This is an example. Even just standing, fidgeting, just daily tasks, these things that you do on an everyday basis. This is NEAT. This is NEAT. This is classed as NEAT. And obviously this will differ person to person as well. The person that sits at a desk all day and then comes home and lays on the sofa watching TV, their NEAT is going to be much lower than the person who works in manual labor, maybe like a builder or even like a postman or something who's just out and about, not necessarily exercising, but just is part of their day. There's calories being burnt. Obviously you can increase your NEAT by just doing things like using stairs instead of escalators, maybe get a standing desk instead of a sitting desk, stand on the tube instead of sitting down, or maybe just walking to the shop instead of driving to the shop. There's one thing that you need to bear in mind, especially if you're quite new to training. What sometimes happens if someone is quite new to training, they'll say they go to their first training session, their first proper gym session in the morning, and they have a great session, they work really hard, and then they get home, and because they're tired from the training, they just relax for the rest of the day. That means your expenditure from exercise has gone up, but your NEAT has come down. So are we winning here? Maybe. It depends. It depends how much, but it's definitely not optimal. You need to make sure that this is in addition to your NEAT and not instead of. Then we've got exercise activity thermogenesis. This is your training. This is the planned workouts. This is the runs you go for. This is the resistance training you do. This is the exercise classes you do. This is all planned. We don't really need to discuss this. And finally, we've got TEF. This is the thermic effect of food. This is basically energy used to digest, energy used to break down and absorb food that we eat day to day. And this will, in fact, differ from person to person also. So, for example, if you're on a high protein diet, protein has a higher TEF. By consuming protein, the process that it takes to break down and absorb protein burns more calories than, say, fat, which is at the other end of the scale. So not only does fat contain more calories, but it also uses less calories to process. So there we have it. We have TDEE equals BMR plus NEAT plus E plus TEF. Hi. Could you come later?
What time?
I'm just maybe an hour.
Okay.
Whenever. Okay, thank you. It's okay. Now we know all of this, what can you do to get on track and work through this impossible routine with me for the next 60 days? So, if you go away now and figure out your maintenance calories, this might take 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. It depends. But you have to be patient because any adaptation to the body, being building muscle, losing fat, also takes time. So be patient figuring out your maintenance calories, and that's going to prep you for the patience that you need for whatever goal you have with your physique. Once you figure out your maintenance calories, you can either decide whether you're going to try and gain weight or lose weight. I would suggest if you're trying to do either, you either want to increase or decrease your calories by 300 to 500 calories. Once you've figured out the total calories, including your maintenance and the additional for gaining or the decrease for cutting, we're going to take that number, put it aside. So you've got your total calories that you're going to need for your journey. We're then going to figure out how many grams of protein we need. And so you're looking at 1 to 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight. For me, I'm 220 pounds, so I'm looking for at least 220 grams of protein. So what we can do then, so we've got that 220 grams of protein. Let's say we've got the 220 grams of protein. Then we're going to decide how much fat is going to be in our diet. Depending, and again, this depends on your goal. For me, I'm looking at around 80 grams of fat. So I've got 220 grams of protein, 80 grams of fat. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to times my proteins by 4. I'll get a total. I'm going to times my fats by 9. I'll get a total. Now subtract those two totals from my total amount of calories that I've decided I'm going to have. And that will give me another number. And that third number will be the amount of calories I'm going to get from my carbohydrates. And then all I need to do is divide that by 4, and that's going to give me the total grams of carbs that I'm going to include day to day. It's quite complicated, might be quite overwhelming. You might have to watch this video a few times, but it's worth it. It's so much better to have an understanding of all of this and really be able to use it to your advantage. I hope that helps. Any questions, you can just DM me or comment below if you have any questions, and I'll try and help. I will reply to all of the comments. And now I'm gonna go and eat my first meal because I'm late for my first meal. I normally eat 11, it's now 11:22, and I'm hungry, so let's go. I was gonna add some more to this video and talk about what I've eaten today and what I'm gonna eat, but I feel like there's enough in this video already and I don't wanna make it too long. So I'm gonna make a whole nother video about what I eat in a day. But I'm gonna go into more detail. I'm gonna talk about the foods I eat, why I eat them, the effects they have on me, my goal, and how my diet aligns with my goal. So yeah, we'll make that another video. So we're gonna finish up there. We have done, this is what, day 3? 2? I can't remember. I think it's 3 videos in a row, 3 days in a row. So I'd like to give myself a little pat on the back. And if you guys want to pat me on the back, just pat that subscribe button instead. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope this helps. Let me know in the comments what you think and what you want to see more of. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care.